Hi, folks. I'm George Valentine. I'm an employment services specialist and have been for over 20 years, helping people who have challenges in their job hunt move toward their dreams. One of the things that I have found out through the years is that one of the most important things that you bring with you to a job hunt is the picture in your pocket. And really, it's the picture in your mind that I'm talking about as well. The best way, if you have a negative image of yourself as you walk into that job hunt, no matter how good you are, you're not going to make it. You're going to leave the interview the same way you went in, unemployed. The best way I can express this to you is to tell you a little story about a fellow named George back at the turn of the century, or the 1900s. The fellow grew up in Pigtown, which is a little area of Baltimore, Maryland. And he had parents who were very punitive toward him. One of the problems that he faced was that of his 8 siblings, only 2 made it past the age of 5. He was incorrigible. He was difficult to take care of, so that he wound up being on the streets, and his family put him into what essentially was an orphanage there in Baltimore. And as a young child, he was taught how to become a shirt maker, which wasn't a bad deal for a kid from the streets of Baltimore, from Pigtown, who has seen so much death in his family already and so much abandonment as he wound up going there. But there, he learned how to play baseball, a fairly new sport that they thought that would be helpful for these kids, especially a rough kid from the streets. One of the things that George had trouble with, though, was he used to strike out a lot. It just came with the business. But he was good enough that he was able to play professional ball in the startup leagues that they had in Major League Baseball. He went on to become nicknamed Babe Ruth, George Herman Babe Ruth. And he went on to become the greatest home run hitter of his time. But he was also the greatest striker-outer of his time. And he had the opportunity to either see himself as he would be having struck out yet again, with the crowd booing in the background and him dragging the bat back to the dugout. He could have kept that picture in his mind. Or he could have had this picture, that iconic picture that people all around the world know of, as he's swinging and watching that ball going over the fence yet again for another home run, and hearing the crowds cheer as he jogs around the bases for yet another home run, one of over 700 that he hit in his whole career. You have the opportunity. You have hit home runs before. I know you have. You have done things that surprised even yourself. You have done things to help other people or to learn things, and you have the opportunity to have that picture with you as you walk into an interview. Or you could have a picture in your pocket, an image in your mind of being unemployed, of not having enough money to make it to the end of the month, of all the other things that the people have said about you. It's entirely up to you. Will you have that image in your mind of having hit yet another home run or of another strikeout? It's entirely up to you. The point that I'm trying to make to you is this. So much of that, you are both the home run hitter and the striker-outer, just as George Herman Babe Ruth was. It's entirely up to you how you look at yourself. Do yourself a favor. Picture yourself hitting that next home run and take that image with you to the next employer. Thank you for coming to the Hero Method. Take care. See you again soon.